If my dog could talk, I bet he'd say,
I'm a cute dog. Oh boy, dinner time. Let's see. Oh wait, not this dry brown mystery kibble again. What even is this? Meat byproduct, butylated hydroxyanazole, red 40? Mom, Dad, would you eat this? I want real food. Fresh beef, sweet potatoes, green beans. That's why I need Just Food for Dogs. Go to justfoodfordogs.com now and get 50% off your first order. Come on, aren't I worth it?
The destination within the destination. The Gaylord Pacific Resort and Convention Center is open. Award-winning spa, exciting resort pools, bespoke dining, and more. Indulge in the heart of nature at the Gaylord Pacific. Get the details at portofsandiego.org/Wonderfront.
tackle fatigue, focus issues, and hair loss with Ferrosome Forte's liposomal iron supplement. Gentle on digestion and effective for healthy iron levels. Visit Ferrosome.com and use code California for 25% off. That's Ferrosome.com.
If this world were mine.
Wake your ass up, fool. Johnjay Rich. What's crackin'? This is the big boss dog, Snoopy Deagle Double Jizzle. Bang, boom, what you gonna do? Johnjay Rich. We're not talking about Ren 1010. We're not talking about Lassie. It's the one and only dog, y'all. The classy, sassy, big Snoop Deagle Double Jizzle. In your face to be and in the place to be. And you're listening to Johnjay and Rich. Wake your ass up.
Call us right now. Jump on the air with us at 877-937-1047. You can text us. Text JJR. And anything that's on your mind, anything you want to get into, anything, questions about the show or something you want us to bring up, you text JGR and that to 96893. We dropped a new couples podcast yesterday with Kyle and her husband Fish. It's a long one. It's a good one. I'm halfway through it, and I was very, very, I was walking. It made me walk a long ways.
Oh, that's good.
Like when you kind of get
more steps.
When you kind of get into it, I was like, whoa. Do you guys shoot that or do that at your house?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so casual.
It's pretty casual.
Yeah. I thought there was something that was so intriguing in her podcast, and I thought it'd be a great tease to get people to listen to the podcast. I was like, this is so, it was like you didn't do it on purpose, but it was kind of like, listen to this, and it's going to make you want. Like when you said it, you were leading somewhere, I was like, oh my God, what is she going to say? And I stayed around listening to it. You have no idea what I'm talking about, do you?
I have no idea.
Okay, check this out.
Because I love my life so much, I don't need those other things to make me happy and have fun.
That's cute. That's cute. How do I even argue against that? You know what I always tell the kids? And Addie now repeats it when I say, you want to know how you get everything in life? If you learn anything from this podcast, you will now know the secret to having everything in life. And that is...
Got to go listen to the podcast. Got to go listen to the podcast. So wherever you get podcasts, it's Johnjay and Rich On Demand. You can hear the couples podcast. You can hear what Kyle said, the secret to manifestation, and it's really, really, really good, among other things. So it's Johnjay and Rich On Demand. You get it on the iHeart app. You get it wherever you get podcasts. So get this. My son Jake, 22 years old, about 6 months ago, they planned a trip to go to Vegas, him and his friends, right? They're all 22, 21, 22. And they pulled strings. If you can remember, I remember when I first went to Vegas back in the day, airfare was $39, right? It was a big promotion. And this still Southwest sometimes goes back and does it. Well, they have a friend that worked at the airline and got them really cheap flights. And then they have a friend whose dad spends so much money in Vegas or whatever, they got rooms free or for like $10. Really,
awesome.
really cheap, right?
Yeah.
But they had to go, today. Right, They had to go. They had to go Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I think is when they had to go to Vegas, right? And they planned it a long time ago. So I'm all excited for him to go to Vegas because I kind of want, as a dad, want to take him the first time to go to Vegas, or at least I want to go to Vegas with him once or twice. So I wake up this morning and I open up my phone, and the first thing I see on my Instagram is there was a shooter, active shooter at the Bellagio, right? And I'm like, oh my God, and it's starting to blow up. I don't know the story behind it. So I text Jake. I look on my 360 app and I see that he's on the move. He's walking around. It's 3:00 in the morning and he's still out in Vegas. Makes sense.
Yeah.
So I text him, hey, how's it going? I saw there was a shooting at the Bellagio. You involved, everything okay? What's going on with you? Because I could see he's moving, so he wasn't a victim. And then he texts back an hour later. Yeah, we left right after it happened. That's all he said.
No way, he was there?
He was there.
Oh.
And I'm like, and then he texts me at 4:30 in the morning. He goes, hey, just got back to the hotel room. We're checking in now. I mean, you're checking in, so you the whole night, and you walk around with your backpack with your luggage.
I mean, that's what you would do. You would walk
What do you
around.
mean you're checking in? Like he got there at 9 a.m. yesterday.
Well, those boys are going at it hard.
Oh man,
That's Vegas, though. You don't know what time it is in Las Vegas.
I know. So crazy. Anyway, he's asleep now, and that's it. And just scary to know that your kid is around there. Also, I saw that he was at In-N-Out Burger. I'm like, you're in Vegas, man.
Yeah, there's like the best food ever in Vegas. Like, you can get In-N-Out Burger any day.
I know. Anyway, so I saw on your Instagram yesterday, Kyle, this thing. What's funny is you wrote about it last week, and I thought it was a typo. And I was like, I got to ask her what she meant to say here. But it wasn't a typo.
It's not a typo. And it's actually the first I heard of it was Peyton. Peyton's like, is your daughter like obsessed with the Labubus yet? And I was like, I don't know what that is. And then I started seeing it everywhere. And then it's just saturating everything. It's like these, if you don't know what Labubus are, you might be hiding under a rock because they're everywhere online. Or maybe the algorithm hasn't gotten you yet, but it will now because we're talking about it. They're like little dolls. It's based off of, I think, like a book series by a Korean artist. And then that Korean artist moved to the Netherlands and actually based them off of Netherlands folklore. And they're these little dolls, and they have like angry faces, like pointy teeth. And for some reason, probably the fact that Dua Lipa had them on her purse and like a bunch of different celebrities, I think Selena Gomez did too. They have blown up with popularity. I think like the CEO and creator made $1.6 billion because of them in one day.
Oh, dang.
In one day. And I guess they're really difficult to find right now. And I was at the mall with my daughter because that's like her favorite thing to do now. Yay for me. And there's a Pop Mart kiosk, and apparently they just don't have these everywhere. And all I do is I see this big line like wrapping around, and I'm like, what is all the hoopla about? And sure enough, they were restocking the Labubus. And these people were waiting to get to the vending. It's like a vending machine, basically, of Labubus.
Is that what you posted on your Instagram?
Yeah.
So it's called a Labubu. What a great name, Labubu. Do you think it's going to be the thing everyone's trying to get at Christmas? Or they're trying to get them now for Christmas?
They're trying to get them now. I don't know if the craze will last that long. I guess we'll see, but they're definitely like the collector's item right now.
And you said you heard about it from Peyton. Peyton, how do you know about the Labubu?
Because they were all over my social media feed, literally everywhere. My nephew was into it, and I was like, what are these evil little creatures?
I know, they're like freaking.
Yeah,
they're not
honestly,
cute.
like, now I kind of want one because like they're kind of growing on me, and they're pretty adorable. You can put like their own little outfits on them. People customize them.
Did they have like Mickey ears for them?
Yeah. Like I don't really know what the. I think it's kind of what the Funko Pops are. Like something like that, or Squishmallows, like that's the hype around it. So,
Labubu.
yeah.
I know. It's funny because I'm like, should I wait in line? Like maybe I should wait in
That line
line.
looked long.
Yeah,
And
you're
then-
used to that now.
Yeah,
You're
but
used to that.
Your next slide showed a bunch of them somewhere and going, I guess the craze left here already.
Yeah, I forget. It was like in Singapore or something. It's like when the Labubu craze dies, and it's just like a store with a bajillion of them.
And it's
So
just
that's why I'm like, I don't know if they'll still be popular around Christmas time. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. But right now, you just can't get them unless you wait in a long line.
Who's the Labubu? What's coming up? 3 things you need to know, Kyle.
I don't know if you saw the news, Peyton, but you could be getting paid. I'll tell
like
you
it.
why. I'll tell you why next with Johnjay and Rich.
Get up. Johnjay and Rich.
Kyle, what do you got for 3 things we need to know?
Total mayhem hit LA this weekend. Thousands of anti-ICE protesters shut down the 101 freeway, torched Waymo cars, like literally set them on fire, hurled concrete off overpasses. Cops were pretty overwhelmed, firing tear gas, rubber bullets. Now the president is sending in the National Guard. Meanwhile, the leaders in California are calling that unconstitutional. This all exploded after ICE arrested 45 undocumented migrants, including convicted criminals. Tensions are sky high right now in LA. Meanwhile, college sports just changed forever. A judge has ruled that the NCAA has to cough up $2.8 billion to athletes who weren't paid over the last decade. So, Peyton, as a D1 basketball player, you may be entitled to some money. Going forward, schools can pay up to $20.5 million a year to their current athletes, and that's adding to the money that they can already make from sponsorships, NIL licensing and stuff like that. And yeah, I guess being a student athlete has now become a paid gig.
Yes, run me my money, the NCAA. AA. Like I always said, if I would have just been born like 3 years later, I would have been one of those with $1 million deal. I just know
There
it.
you go, for sure. With your social?
So now the schools can literally just pay kids to go?
Yep.
So it's like the NBA.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is why the transfer portal is so crazy and why so many, I mean, especially on the women's side, while they're like people are taking their 5th year instead of going to the league because they're making more money in college.
Wow.
Pretty wild. Yeah, definitely a historic ruling right there. Okay, this may sound a little crazy, but hugging yourself can actually calm your anxiety. So a new study found wrapping your arms around your own body for just 20 seconds actually lowered stress hormones just as much as getting a hug from someone else. It boosts that oxytocin, aka the cuddle chemical, that relaxes your nervous system, even helps with physical pain. So next time you are spiraling, wrap those arms around yourself like your own emotional support burrito, and it will help. And that is 3 things you need to know.
Sadly, my arms are too short.
Mine are really long. I can get them all the way around.
Oh, yeah. Kyle can hug herself twice.
Hey, getting back to that college thing you said, Peyton, you had said something to me last week kind of off the cuff, and I blew it off, and then I found out that you were right. And it was, you said, so Kemp has been making these videos, right, which I love. I just love seeing him do it. And I thought it had to do with him having all this downtime because he hurt his leg. He's been rehabbing his leg. And you said, is he trying to get an NIL deal? And you're right, he is. He's trying to get his followers up and stuff like that, and then do like endorsements. And he's learned all this stuff that I didn't know existed. How these people make money off Instagram, like when you put a link up somewhere. Like I just thought people were doing that. Now here's a link to this jacket. But oh, that's nice of you. I want to buy that jacket. But if I buy that jacket, they get a kickback.
Yeah, commissions. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Like in Like to Know It and Amazon affiliates.
Yeah, I had no idea. I didn't know any of that stuff. So anyway, that's what he's working on. So it's very cool. We got Diamondback tickets for Father's Day on the line in less than 2 hours from now. First, horoscopes. Peyton, what's the vibe today?
I'm going to tell you the vibe that you give off when you just walk into a room.
Peyton's predictions after the weekend. Johnjay and Rich. Peyton, what's the vibe for horoscopes today?
I'm going to tell you the vibe that you give off when you walk into a room, and that's based off of your zodiac sign. And if it's your birthday today, you are a Gemini, and you share a birthday with Michael J. Fox, Johnny Depp, and Natalie Portman.
Call us at 877-937-1047 to get your sign read. Good morning, Jules.
Hey.
What's your sign?
Cancer.
Okay, Cancers. You guys come in soft and sweet, but people feel your emotional presence like a warm blanket. So your vibe is, I'll bake cookies and defend you in battle, and everyone immediately trusts you with their trauma, which is interesting.
Yeah.
She's like,
yeah.
That's right.
That means you must hear a lot of it and not ask for it.
Oh, absolutely.
Thanks, Jules.
I've been told I'm the main character.
Yes, you are.
Have a great day.
Thanks.
Heidi, good morning. What's your sign?
Good morning. I'm an Aries.
Okay, Aries. You walk in like it's your stage and everyone else is just trying to keep up. The vibe you guys give off is loud, bold, and main character energy with no time for nonsense. So heads turn even if it's just to avoid getting bulldozed by your confidence.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks, Heidi.
Thank you.
Bye.
How about Pisces?
Pisces, riches are Pisces in the room. Pisces, you float into a room like a soft breeze with a dreamy playlist playing behind you. Your vibe is whimsical, mysterious, and slightly distracted, like you just woke up from a very emotional nap. But people want to know what you're thinking, but you're not quite sure either.
What I'm thinking?
Uh-huh.
That's true.
Lights are on, no one's home.
Haley, good morning.
Good morning.
What's your sign?
I am a Sagittarius.
Okay, Sagittarius. You guys walk into a room with a laugh and a story that you probably shouldn't be telling, but you definitely will. Your vibe is spontaneous chaos with a sprinkle of adventure, and people either want to party with you or survive a crime with you. No in between.
100%. That is dead on.
Yeah, my Sagittarius, you guys are unhinged for sure.
We are totally unhinged.
Thanks, Haley.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.
How about Libra?
Libra, Kyle is our Libra in the room. You walk in like a walking Pinterest board. Your vibe is aesthetic, flirty, and so polished that people assume that you're famous. So you make eye contact with everyone, and somehow they're already in love with you.
Oh, okay.
You guys just got it like that, Libras.
Okay.
How about Virgos?
Johnjay, Virgos, you walk in scanning the room like a Secret Service agent assessing the vibe. The energy gives pulled together perfectionist who's already planning their exit strategy. People assume that you're the most responsible one there, and they might be right on that.
Yeah, Johnjay, remember when you had like every hotel that we would do an appearance at, you'd find a way out through the kitchen?
Before we started.
Before we started.
By the way, when I leave
Dude, when I say 1, 2, 6, here's how we're getting out of here.
How about for Leos?
Leos, we walk into a room like Beyonce's lighting crew is already ahead of you. The vibe is glam, golden hour, and yes, this is my moment. We give off main character energy without even trying.
All right. If we didn't get to your side, they're all posted on our website, johnjayrich.com. Hey, so I saw something on Kyle's husband's Instagram I wanted to ask you about. It was like a fun little game to play for just a millionth of a second. So your husband's a pilot.
Correct.
And he posted a video of him flying this weekend, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where he's going, if he's just going around or whatever. But he posts this view from the plane at, I don't know, 10,000 feet or whatever. And he goes, my co-pilot is not really into it today or something like that, right? And the camera's panning. I'm like, ooh, who's this co-pilot? And I thought, is it his dog? Because I thought, did he take the dog somewhere? And I thought it was Kyle sleeping. And then it was your son. He was like, he's in the front seat of an airplane. He's on his phone. I thought, oh my God, he's so unaffected.
Oh, I thought he had a switch.
Whatever it was, switch or phone, whatever it was. He was like, right? I was like, he's so unaffected at 10,000 feet being in a plane.
Except for, what's interesting is like that was the first time that Easton had ever flown like up front with Daddy. And Scott said that at one point he was like, hey, how you doing? Is everything okay? You feeling good? And Easton was like, it's really high up. I don't really like being high up. So I think this is the first time that he's ever been on a plane that small and like actually looking down and realizing like, oh, we're really high right now. So yeah, it was kind of interesting. He didn't not have a great time, but he didn't love it this time.
It just seems so scary. And at the same time, like, good for you for blocking out the chaos.
Yeah, that right? Plane looks dope, though, doesn't it? Yeah, it looks cool.
It would just scare me to, like, have my dad flying anything. Like, I get scared when he's in the car sometimes. I'm like, dude, put your blinker on.
I know. Something is like, Scott flying an airplane, Scott driving, he's just, like, the most cool, calm, and collected person. Like, I've never felt uncomfortable driving in a car with him. Like, this is the same person. Like, he was driving down the freeway one time, Peyton, and literally a pipe, probably about 5.5, 6 feet long, flew up and into his windshield right in front of his face. He didn't get in an accident. He just slowly pulled over. And then he called like the cops and the cop came and he's like, how did you not cause a terrible accident on the freeway? And it wasn't like nobody was on the freeway with him. He was just that calm and that like put together.
That's impressive.
Colby sent us a text. It's a really interesting text, especially stuff we've been talking about with AI and ChatGPT. Good morning, Colby.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. So tell us a little bit about your text and what you did.
Oh, well, I was with my girlfriend's family a couple weeks ago, and I had a plan to ask her dad for his blessing, and I didn't know what to say, so I ChatGPT'd it, and I ended up saying pretty much word for word what it told me, and it worked out in the end. I got the blessing. So.
Oh, wow. Way to go.
What a good idea.
Do you remember what you said? Can we hear, can you pretend that we're your future father-in-law?
Basically along the lines of, you welcomed me in your family. I appreciate that. And then it said, give an example of that. And so I did that and I told him how much I love his daughter and whatnot. And yeah, it was pretty short and sweet, but it worked out all right.
Did you say, excuse me, can I talk to you for a second? And he says, yeah. And you're like, insert your name here. I love your daughter so much.
State example of how.
Well, congratulations, Colby.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Have a great day. Thanks for listening.
Yep, you guys too.
Sarah.
Yeah.
You're on the air.
Oh my gosh, this is awesome. Okay, so it was about how much I love War of the Roses. I get a kick out of whatever undercover name Kyle chooses. I laugh every time.
That's funny.
Like, okay, that's a good name.
That's so cool. Well, thanks for listening. Like, Kyle, where do you get your inspiration for names?
I don't know. Sometimes it's like a celebrity name that maybe has been popping up a lot. A lot of times it's kids in my kids' classes that I've seen or met. Or they're like my friends, stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, I listen to y'all every morning. I'm in Springfield, Missouri. So I I have an hour drive to work every day, and I listen to your show. And I have to be out of the house at a certain time. I have just enough radio station frequency to listen to War of the Roses every Thursday.
Excellent.
Thank you so much, Sarah. Thursday, Kyle could be Sarah.
I could be Sarah.
Yeah.
I'll be Sarah.
Be Sarah from Missouri.
Oh my gosh, I love this. I am so excited.
Have a great day. Thank you so much for listening.
You too.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Rich, what do you got for life hacks today?
You know, when you feel like your world is out of control, well, there's a hack to staying on top of things. It's pretty easy.
We got 4 tickets for Father's Day to the Diamondbacks on the line this morning. All that's coming up. But Stacks and Hacks is next with Johnjay and Rich.
Want to talk or throw some shade?
Oh, yeah. Call Johnjay and Rich, 877-937-1047.
Time for Stacks and Hacks. I have Stacks information. Richard has life hacks. The average person has 8 different kinds of sauce in their fridge. Think about that for a second. I had a hamburger last night, and I pulled out 2 different sauces. We have lots and lots of sauce in my house. People like weird combinations like French fries with tartar sauce, pickles with buffalo sauce, ramen noodles with ranch. There's a big thing with ranch, right?
Yeah, I don't know how anybody can eat pizza without ranch. Like, I feel like...
Ranch is delicious on pizza.
I've never had that.
You've never had ranch on pizza?
No.
Sounds like we need to try it Tuesday.
No, I mean, I'm
So good.
open to it, but I've never even thought of I've seen it, but I've never thought about it,
It is
for
the
myself.
best. Like, I need my entire bite of pizza to be covered in ranch.
The internet is claiming that McDonald's has a migraine meal that can help you when you're suffering a migraine. It's a large Coke and a large fry. This shouldn't be your go-to migraine hack, but some people really like it. I think because the salt from the fries and the caffeine from the Coke. Did you know that more than 30 million people in China live in caves?
No.
Caves. Hold on. Here's the details of the migraine. I already did that one. Hold on. A woman complains she saw an adult man in a theater by himself watching Lilo and Stitch. Most people think she's being unreasonable, and there's nothing abnormal about it, but she complained to the movie theater because he's by himself eating snacks, watching Lilo and Stitch, which, by the way, my son Kemp is going to be doing by himself today or tomorrow. Like, I don't think that's a problem.
I don't see the problem.
It's a movie.
Unless he wasn't watching the movie and
No.
he was just watching the kids.
He was doing nothing
then that would
but
be a
watching
problem.
the movie, and all the people are saying, I think what's weird is a woman that's going to watch a movie with her kids, and she's on her phone bitching about a guy eating snacks and watching a movie.
Right,
let
like,
him have
what
a
are
good
you
time.
so worried about?
Right. By the way, that held the top spot at the box office. Ballerina was second. And what do you got for life hacks, Rich?
There's a hack to staying on top of things. In fact, they say if you do this, that when you get older, much older, that you're very less likely to get something like dementia or Alzheimer's. So anything that protects your mind, especially since I think I forget things all the time now, that I like to try to stay on top of. And it's pretty easy. The more organized you are, the less likely you are to develop any sort of mental issues, even Alzheimer's. So here's the way they say you need to stay organized. Keep the space in front of you where you work kind of clean. Write down your list. Get up and walk around every 20 minutes or so you don't, just stagnate sitting there. And if you have any sort of anxiety, smell oranges. Oranges help free your brain of anxiety. I don't know how, but they say it works. Write stuff down, keep your space clean, get up and walk, smell oranges, you're good to go. That life hack and many more can be found at johnjayandrich.com.
So Blake and I, my wife Blake, we're doing the couples therapy podcast that runs next Sunday. Kyle's just dropped yesterday. But Blake and I are going to tape it, I think, today. Because she's out of town a couple times this week. Again, it's like, man, we don't have time to do it. But today we happen to be in an area where we think we could tape it. So I just posted on my Instagram the little thing that you ask questions to. So if you go to Johnjay Van S, you want to ask questions of Blake and I, ask us anything, go to Johnjay Van S on Instagram. Look at my stories.
Johnjay and Rich.
Shoot us a text JJR, whatever's on your mind, to 96893. I got this message, I think it was on Friday, during Friday's show. Because I was talking about how my son Kemp is like really, the dude weighs all his food. He watches,
Yeah, I've seen it in action. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, he does all kinds of, and he was looking for a place to get like raw cow's milk. He says that's supposed to be really good for you. And I found this little place by our house that sells it. But I got this message from this woman saying, hey, did Kemp ever find a place? And I was like, well, what do you got? So she tells me about this farm. I think I told you guys. Maybe it happened on Friday.
Yeah, you just didn't say where it was.
Well, I didn't know yet.
Okay.
So she tells me about this farm that has the raw milk, and they have eggs, farm fresh eggs, and they make cheeses, and they make all kinds of stuff, and they make bread and all this stuff, right? And so I ended up buying a whole bunch of stuff, and she was going to deliver it Saturday morning, and she did. She dropped it off at 8 a.m. It turns out, I misunderstood, that's her job. Her job is she goes out and runs errands for people, and she does like she's an assistant.
Oh, okay.
And she has a bunch of clients that go get stuff from this farm.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Right? So for $25, that's her fee. She drops it off. So she came into my house on Saturday and dropped off all this bread and the bread. So she came to my house at 8 a.m. She brought bread. I paid for it. Bread, bagels, English muffins that were made that morning.
That sounds amazing.
And it was unbelievable. It was delicious. And tortillas, all made from sourdough.
Whoa.
And the tortillas, I'm Mexican. I grew up in Mexico. My grandmother made the best tortillas. These are right up there. And I'm sure my grandmother's were made with lard. Do you know what I mean? Like not healthy.
Sourdough tortillas.
Sourdough tortillas.
I've never even heard of such a thing.
Yeah. So her company name is called Want It, Get It. Want It, Get It, I guess. And her name is Amelia. And then on Kemp made a video testing the bread and stuff. So on there you can see the name of the bread place because it's the bread place. And then there's a farm.
Okay.
And the milk, the raw milk, which I haven't had, it came in a bottle like what you see in the movies when the milkman would deliver.
Yeah, like old-fashioned glass bottle.
Yeah. So, by the way, so Saturday morning, and I'm fasting. I don't eat till 1, but I was like, forget it. I'm eating. And I ate, and there are jellies, and I was eating I was so full. And it was uncut. It was like worse than Thanksgiving full.
Ooh.
Do you know what I mean? It was like I needed to lay down.
That's
take
a lot
nap.
of bread for you.
Lay down, take a nap, but I wasn't tired. But I was like, oh. And then I had to go to this wedding in Tucson. I didn't forget about it, but I wish I wouldn't have eaten all that bread. So I grabbed this. I just cleaned my closet out, right? So I have some suits that I have from Nick's Menswear. One is I wore to Grant's wedding, and got a lot of compliments on the suit. I grabbed it. It was in one of those bags. I grabbed it and just went to Tucson for this wedding. We stayed in a hotel. By the way, this hotel downtown Tucson is unbelievable. It's called the Leo Kent. If you get a chance, it's a Marriott. It's freaking fantastic. And downtown Tucson is just beautiful. I haven't been there in a while. It's just fantastic. It's like Phoenix here. Downtown Phoenix is unbelievable. So it's time to go to the wedding, and I go to put the suit on, and I grab the wrong suit, and I haven't worn this suit in 2 years. And I didn't think it was that big of a deal, but when I put it on, it was way too big. I didn't know that I'd lost or changed the shape of my body in 2 years.
It's a lot. I saw the suit. It was way big on you.
It was crazy. It was like wearing my dad's suit.
You can't just fix that with the belt.
No, and I didn't have a belt, so I was going to grab the tie it came with and use it as a belt. And my wife was like, "No, don't." So I took it and I folded under like basketball players do with their shorts. You know, Peyton. Yeah. Like my son used to. So I rolled it up and it worked. But when I saw pictures of myself, the suit was just way too baggy. Just way too baggy. So the wedding's at this Pentecost church, and it was a beautiful wedding. Then the reception is at this place downtown Tucson called the Treasury, and it used to be a bank. And it was one of the coolest receptions I've ever seen. If you're looking for a place to get married, find that place. Because they have downstairs a speakeasy, which is the vault.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's this really cool room, and it was just really, really cool wedding. So I sit down to eat, and you know how at a restaurant, they bring you the bread first? Now keep in mind, I already had a bunch of bread that morning. So I actually was texting Kyle from there because there was all these people talking, and I was just by myself. And I was like, in fact, I texted you that.
I'm at a wedding.
I'm sitting at this long table by myself before anybody else sat down, and they brought the bread. And the bread was fantastic. I ate the whole loaf of bread by myself with butter on it. Right?
At the wedding. Well, that suit's not going to fit very good after that.
At the wedding. So then the food comes out, and other people wanted bread, and so they brought more bread out. And they brought a bread to the people across from me at the table, and then they brought bread between Blake and me, and I ate that whole loaf of bread. I had 2 loaves of bread. At this point, now I'm like, I'm not even like full. Let me see what else I can do. And I just kept eating. And I had a steak and mashed potatoes, and I had all these hors d'oeuvres. What do you call the little bread? The bread with a little tomato on it?
Prosciutto?
Yes, I had a bunch of that.
Bruschetta?
It was like nonstop. I couldn't believe it. And then they brought the cake. Was a homemade cake. It was unbelievable cake. So I had 3 slices of cake. Then finally it was like 11:30. I didn't want to. This is my wife's like best friend's daughter, so I didn't want to I was never going to be like to her. So that's why to Kyle. Yeah. So I was trying to be like all. I didn't want to leave the wedding early and say, so I did nothing about leaving, nothing. Then my wife finally says, "Hey, you ready to go?" I said, "Yeah." And as I was leaving, they had ice cream. I didn't even see the ice cream.
What a great reception.
Yeah, so I started eating ice cream like crazy. Anyway, I thought maybe I'd gain enough weight to the suit fit. Didn't work.
You need to do the button trick.
What's
when
that?
I saw your video, I was like, dang, I wish I would have been able to help you. So when you have like pants that are too big on you or jeans that are too big, when they're unbuttoned, you know your belt loopholes?
Yeah?
So you take your button and you loop it through the belt loophole and then you button your pants. So it shortens it.
What a great idea.
Yeah, it's a
Had you
hack.
had that available to you.
Yeah, that would have been great.
I do it all the time because, you know, I buy like pants that are way bigger than me because my thighs are way too big, so they don't fit into like regular size jeans and they don't fit my waist. So I buy the bigger pants and then I do that hack and then they fit perfectly.
You should show that hack sometime.
You should.
Because that's a really cool. I wish I would have known that. That's
It would have
great.
worked perfectly for you.
Yeah, because you know what? It was also like my pants were too big. Like if I put my phone in my pocket, my pants would fall down.
Oh, yeah.
So I had to hold my phone.
You got to walk a certain way when they're too big, or else they slide down.
Yeah.
You know where I thought this story was going?
Where?
It's like we have a photo shoot for the show, like on Wednesday. I thought you were going to cancel it.
I would love to cancel it. I was sitting there. I thought about that. I thought last weekend I was in Mexico and I ate like a pig, and then on Saturday I just ate terrible. Then yesterday I tried to eat the rest of the bread that was in my house and the rest of the English muffins, and we got this photo shoot, and then I was just kind of like. I was like, man,
I said
that'd
no
be
carbs.
That'd be so great. And I'm like, for years, Kyle has said 6 weeks, 6 weeks, and it's like now we have this photo shoot on Wednesday for the show, and I'm just kind of like, oh man.
Which I actually think Rich scheduled 6 weeks ago.
I know you did it right. And what's funny, I actually thought, I wonder if I could talk them into changing it. But I know you're getting your hair done tomorrow.
I am,
and you probably
it's going to look amazing.
I mean, yeah, so it's
I'm
probably
excited.
right. So you probably don't want to change it.
I don't mind if we change it, but I think Rich will mind. And I think the people that he scheduled it with will mind.
I actually don't mind if you guys really want.
cancel
But it's going to.
Well, you're not ready for it, babe?
I'm not
It's going to be good. It's going to be like you're going to get good pictures that you
No,
like.
I'm sure we're going to get good pictures, but it's like
So
you
we
also
should
got
just do it. But I won't be disappointed if you want to.
not cancel it, reschedule it.
That's fine. That's
oh,
fine.
no. Oh, no.
No. I mean,
Because you said your wife's she's got a lot going on right now. Your wife's the one to put on. It's probably a lot better for her.
She was on her laptop like last night at like 11:30. I'm like, you have to stop. You have to go to sleep. She's been working nonstop. I'm like, you must go to sleep. So I know she's really busy. So if we reschedule it, it's not a big deal. I'm just thinking like, we're here. We might as well. I would just pitch you that. But I'm not butthurt if we reschedule. It's fine by me.
Would she get mad?
I'm not getting no prettier.
She might get mad.
No, I don't know.
She's on edge right now anyways.
I think she
throw
might
a wrench
get-
in her schedule.
Let's just throw it out there.
She might get mad at everything.
Yeah.
She might get mad that she has to do it. I don't know. I think she is right on the cusp of losing it. We've seen people like that where they're so busy. And I don't think she feels tremendous right now either because she's working so hard. I tried to get her to just walk outside with me yesterday to relax for a few minutes, and she didn't have time.
Do you know how I've been learning a lot about how they make this bread that I ate the other day from this farm? And they
Send her some bread.
They use it's sourdough bread. They use yeast, maybe. Does that make sense? Yeast?
Oh, there's like a whole sourdough culture.
Oh,
right,
yeah.
Right, but they
like
use
the
this stuff.
sourdough, it's like
The starter is what they call it?
That's what I was saying. The starter, whatever that is, that make bread. Like that's what I feel is happening to my neck. My neck is starter. So I feel like once the pictures start being taken, my neck's going to start to go.
I had a feeling
I
like,
mean,
oh no, Johnjay's going off the rails right before a photo shoot.
yeah.
You knew about it this time. It wasn't even one of those surprise photo shoots. They
Yeah, this was
Okay.
not an emergency. This is just we need pictures.
I knew about the photo shoot, but I'm a little bit more like I like back in the day. I cared a little bit more about the photo shoots. Like I'm kind of accepting what I look like. You know what I mean? So I'm okay.
Well,
with it.
you look as good as you've ever looked right now.
Well, maybe, maybe 3 weeks ago.
You just didn't fit into a suit you wore 2 years ago.
Like I'm wearing these pants I'm wearing right now are currently my fat pants, and I've worn them every day because my other pants are a little too tight, so I need to lose weight. So I mean, it would be nice to reschedule the photo shoot, but if we don't, it's fine.
I mean, I'm going to leave it up to you.
No, don't leave it up to me.
Can't leave it up to me.
How come you say you're not? How come you want to reschedule it?
I don't know. I just feel like I would like to have my hair done too. I want to get my braids in, I think. I don't think, because here's the thing. When you got curly hair, you don't know what kind of hairstyle that you get that day. And I'm not trying to deal with that stress.
Oh, so you want braids for the photo shoot?
Yeah, because then I know that it's going to look how I want it to look.
You know that, and Kyle, if it got rescheduled, does that change your hair appointment tomorrow?
Oh,
Or
I'm
you-
getting a hair.
So you're going to get your hair appointment no matter what. You didn't do it because of the photo
I'm
shoot.
going to get it done no matter what. Normally, I just put it off and put it off and put it off until, and then when I go see Allison at Habit, she's like, you should have come see me sooner. so now I'm actually going when I probably should be going. So, I mean, I can always get my hair done again.
What if you told Stacey Peyton wants braids and that takes a long time?
You just wanted to be on Peyton or someone else other than you.
I was not ever going to think about bringing up the photo shoot at all to anybody about canceling it, except when I told the story, and then you just said, I thought you were going to go that way. I was never going to go that way.
It could be fun. We can have snacks there.
We can have snacks and music.
Oh, you don't want to cancel it. You're just...
I'm actually totally okay with what.
But you're trying to sell us on it. Like, we're doing it, but
I just think they're going to turn out great, and so once you do it, you won't regret it. Although, up to the point, you might have feelings.
Let's put this on Instagram as a poll. Will we or won't we actually go through with it?
I think if we do, we should do it soon because, they got stuff going on.
In the eternal battle of morning show supremacy, we are one of them.
Johnjay and Rich are live on the free iHeartRadio app.
Johnjay, Rich, Callie, good morning. Thanks for holding.
Hey, good morning. So, gosh, I have something funny to share.
Okay.
Okay, so my cousin called like a couple of days ago, and she got into a massive fight with her husband. So she texted me and she said, hey, can I come over and, crash there while things just kind of die out? And I was like, of course. What I didn't know was she was going to bring her 4 kids. And they've been here ever since. I have a pool, and it's really awesome. But they just stay up late watching cat videos and laughing the entire night. I'm like, wait a second, what did I get myself into?
Yeah, because you can't be like, okay, so when are you leaving?
Time to go home.
I would at least ask what the fight was about so like how long the burn is for, how long is she going to be pissed?
Right, do you know the tea yet? Did your cousin tell you?
Oh, no. Like, I'm thinking, was it really a fight, or did she just want, like, a little camp for her
like
kids?
Like a staycation?
Kids out of school?
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably just finished up school. She's like, what am I going to do? My cousin's got the pool.
That would actually be really messed up.
I have, like, a little cinema room. I mean, they're just, like, living it up. And
Do you have a room full of cinnamon?
What?
You said you have a cinnamon room.
Oh, cinema?
Oh, cinema. Oh.
That's cinema.
Like a theater?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like I have a little cinema room. I mean, it's not
a cinema room?
Have, like, movie. Stop.
Like Senator Cinema?
Oh my gosh,
that's right. Kristen Cinema.
A room dedicated to her?
She's saying she has a TV.
Yeah, I've never heard anyone say cinnamon room or cinnamon. Cinnamon. You can't even say it now. Cinnamon room.
Cinnamon.
It's a room of just cinnamons. Cinnamons.
Rooms that are with words that are like other words.
Where are you from, Callie, that you say cinema room?
Where am I from?
Yeah.
Oh, I was born on the East Coast.
Oh, so that's like common? Like here it's like man cave, or here it's like a movie theater, or here it's just a TV, right?
It's a chick cave because I love movies so much.
It's a chicken?
Stop, Johnjay.
What is he saying?
A chick cave.
I don't know.
It's
a
what?
chick cave, not a man cave.
Oh, a chick cave.
Chick cave. To turn your volume on your headphones up.
What's happening over there?
I probably need to do that too.
You're not welcome to the house.
Yeah.
So in your cinema room, is it like chairs in a movie theater, or is it like lounge chairs, or is it just like a couch and a TV?
It's a mix between the lounge chairs and the movie theater chairs that like kick back. Like they recline, but they're like fun leather ones, and they have a cup holder.
Oh, she really does.
Why do they want to stay
I was going to say,
forever?
I would want to stay at Callie's house too.
And the pool?
Right.
I'm coming over and
If you-
staying at your house too.
If you're paying for Postmates, then we're all coming.
Right. Cousin
If you
Callie's
got
the
a big
best.
house. You got a house like on Sirens. No wonder they're not leaving. Yeah.
She's on the house on the cliff.
She may never go back to her husband.
Well, you find out what the fight is about. Like, if she says that it's because he's a slob, then you need to start being a slob. Right?
Oh, that's good.
You know what you could do? You could invite him over.
That would be breaking the cousin code,
yeah, you don't
though.
wanna do that.
Yeah, nah.
I'm there for support.
Right.
Well, you're a good relative. You're a good cousin.
Yeah. Thanks.
All right. Thank you for sharing that story with us.
Yeah, you guys are awesome.
All right. Bye, Callie. Thanks.
I used to think about immature things.
Do I do my stuff and take it to the max?
Check.
Johnjay and Rich, I'm workshopping a game that I've played with you guys before. All right. So it's which came first. Kyle, what came first? The first Pokemon game or the release of the first Harry Potter book?
Ooh, I will say Harry Potter book.
Harry Potter book came out in 1997.
Yeah.
The first Pokemon game came out in 1996.
Ooh. Sorry.
Rich, what came first,
Yeah.
KFC or Subway?
KFC.
KFC came out in 1952. Subway, 1965. Peyton, what came out first, The Matrix or Titanic?
The Titanic.
Titanic, 1997. Matrix, 1999. Kyle, what came first, Friends or Simpsons?
Simpsons.
Simpsons, 1989. Friends, 1994. Rich, what came first, Stranger Things or Taken?
Taken.
2008. Stranger Things, 2006. Peyton, what came first, Amazon Prime Video or Facebook?
Facebook.
Facebook, 2004. Amazon Prime Video, 2006.
Hey, I'm on
job.
fire.
Kyle, what came first, the Nintendo 64 or the debut of South Park?
Ooh, that's tough. I'm going to say South Park.
South Park, 1997. The Nintendo 64, 1996.
Ow. Rats.
Rich, what came first, the launch of Amazon.com or the founding of Google?
Oh, man. Google.
Amazon.com, 1995. Google, 1998.
No way.
Yes, sir. Peyton, what came first, the first Twilight movie or The Dark Knight?
The Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight, 2008. The first Twilight movie, 2008.
So it's a tie.
November 2008 for Twilight. July 2008 for The Dark Knight.
Oh, so I was right.
Rich, what came first, Spotify or Netflix streaming?
Spotify or Netflix streaming? I was an early adapter
What
for both.
came first, Spotify or Netflix streaming? I didn't ask you to work out the problem.
Spotify. What a gracious host.
Spotify 2008, Netflix streaming 2007.
Oh, just missed it.
Peyton, what came first? Beyonce's solo debut album, Dangerously in Love, or Rihanna's debut album, Music of the Sun?
Ooh, I'm going to go. Oh, that's tough because didn't Jay-Z date Rihanna before Beyonce? Ooh, I'm going to go. I'm going to trust my gut. I'm going to say Rihanna.
Rihanna, Music of the Sun, 2005. Beyonce's solo album, Dangerously in Love, 2003.
Oh, dang it.
I don't think they dated officially. I think there was a rumor they hooked up.
Kyle, what came first?
Beyonce was
Taylor
around.
Swift's debut album, 2000. Oh, I almost said it, the year. Taylor Swift's debut album or Justin Bieber's My World?
Taylor Swift's debut album.
2006. Bieber, 2009. Peyton, what came first, Toy Story or Shrek?
Shrek.
Shrek, 2001. Toy Story, 1995.
Ah, darn it.
Rich, what came first, the first Call of Duty game or the first Halo game?
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty 2003, Halo 2001.
Ooh.
Peyton, what came first, YouTube or Twitter?
YouTube.
YouTube 2005, Twitter 2006. Kyle, what came first, Frozen or Moana?
Frozen.
Frozen 2013, Moana 2016. Rich, what came first, the first iPad or the first Kindle?
The first Kindle.
2007 for the Kindle, 2010 for the first iPad. Peyton, what came first, Billie Eilish, Ocean Eyes or Olivia Rodrigo's Driver's License?
Ocean Eyes.
Ocean Eyes 2016, Driver's License 2001.
Huh? Olivia Rodrigo was born in 2001, maybe.
2021, my bad.
Okay.
Kyle, what came first, Google Maps or Apple Maps?
Google Maps.
Google Maps 2005, Apple Maps 2012. Rich, what came first, the original Barbie doll or the Easy Bake Oven?
Oh, dang. Okay. Barbie.
Barbie 1959, Easy Bake 1963. Peyton, real quick, what came first, Game of Thrones or the first episode of Walking Dead?
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones 2011, Walking Dead 2010. That's a fun little game.
That was fun.
Never need a chick, I'm what a chick needs.
Johnjay and Rich, people on social media are talking about the poor people habits they claim they'll never stop doing no matter how rich they get. 877-937-1047. Let's go over this list, and if you have any you want to share it. I will tell you, I grew up really, really low income, and I didn't know. I do a lot of these now, and I didn't know they were poor people habits.
I feel like for me, it would be sleep for dinner.
Do
sleep for
Sleep
dinner.
for dinner.
Yeah.
Oh.
We ain't
Go to
got no
bed.
food. It's time to go to bed.
Yeah.
All right, 877-937-1047. Share with us your poor people habit that you'll never stop doing. Good morning, Stephanie.
Good morning.
What do you have on this list? What's on this list? What do you have that could be on this list?
I put ketchup on my tacos because we couldn't afford salsa or any other condiments.
Can I tell you something? I didn't know that was a poor people habit, and we used to do that when I was little, too.
It was normal to me till I grew up, and people were like, what is wrong with you? And I'm like, this is normal.
Tastes good.
It's awesome.
Oh,
And don't forget
I love it.
you do one piece of bread and make a ketchup sandwich because there's no lunch meat in the house. You have to just
Correct.
use a condiment. Ketchup sandwich. And you can't use 2 pieces of bread. That's wasteful.
Have you ever had
Never
a hot
to do that,
dog?
thank God.
I remember we used to have hot dogs in normal bread.
Yep.
And I didn't
yeah,
know. I didn't know until much later that I remember someone going, "What are you doing?"
We just did that last week when we had hot dogs.
I was
It
gonna
was
say, I
because
do
we
that
didn't have
with my
buns.
kids all the time.
Yeah.
All right, Stephanie, thank you for calling in. Thanks a lot.
Have a good day. Bye.
That's it. Amy, what's a poor people habit you'll never stop doing? Amy.
Hello?
Hi.
Yes. Hi. Yes, I used my grocery bags for my bathroom
Garbage.
trash liner.
Good.
That's on the list.
I thought,
That's number 5 on the list, using grocery bags as trash bags. Yeah, that's
Why
on-
would you not, though?
I know. That's like reuse. Reduce, reuse, recycle.
Exactly.
Maylee, good morning. What's on the list? Maylee.
Oh, hi. Yeah, so I thought I was the only one that did this, but I add milk to a bottle of syrup, like chocolate syrup that's almost out, and make chocolate milk.
Oh, my God, totally. Totally. You shake it up and chug.
So, like, yes, and sometimes we just don't even, put it in a glass. We'll just drink it right out of it.
That's a good one. Thanks, Maylee.
Really smart.
Yeah.
There's one on this list here that I still do to this day, and my kids actually kind of make fun of me for doing it. I didn't know it was a poor person habit, but it's licking yogurt tops to maximize value. I lick all the yogurt off
delicious.
I lick all the yogurt off the top of it.
Yeah, you don't want to waste yogurt.
Robert, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
What do you have, dude? That's a poor people habit.
Well, and really, I don't really know if this kind of started like around COVID or maybe it was like a little bit before, but I can really kind of remember mostly during COVID when everybody was buying all this toilet paper and there was a whole lot left. Really, for me, is when you take that morning poop, why even use toilet paper? Just jump right in the shower. So that's what I've been doing for every chance that I possibly get.
All right. Well, thank you, Robert. That's beautiful.
Beautiful.
On this list,
Lovely.
poor people habits, I checked off the ones that I do. Hand washing or keeping Ziploc bags so they'd be cleaned and reused.
Yeah.
I do that all the time. I have stacks of Ziploc bags that I've only used for something simple, and I feel I can use this again.
They're so fresh.
now when I travel, I will put my toothbrush in one bag just because I normally wouldn't, but I'm like, well, I have these bags now. I got to start using them, It says reusing tissue paper when wrapping gifts,
I always do that.
walking everywhere, taking public transit, turning off lights when leaving a room.
Yeah, that's just a good idea.
Brandon, good morning.
Hello.
What's a poor people habit you'll never stop doing?
Yeah, I still like to eat the macaroni and cheese with weenies and hot dogs.
Yum.
So good. So good. Thanks, brother.
Nutritious and delicious.
Not buying new clothes unless it's something necessary. Thrifting is a big deal. Collecting all the complimentary soaps and products at hotels.
Yep.
Yes.
Might as well. Going to do it on your next trip.
This is another one I do right here. Never wasting food. Never. That's why I eat everything.
That's why you had to go through a whole bunch of bread this weekend.
That's why I always eat your food whenever we go out somewhere.
That's true. I'm done. I'll hand it over to John. I'm like, you want it? Steak? Let's go.
Adrian, good morning. What's a poor people habit that you'll never stop doing?
I collect ketchup packets and empty them in my ketchup bottle.
That's intense.
Good stuff.
All right. Thanks, man.
It's actually genius.
All right, so I do this too, but not for the reason. It says keeping leftover screws, nuts, and bolts from furniture kits and broken appliances. They all go to our garage so they can use them in 15 years. I do it because I always think something's going to fall apart and you need it, and I never use it. Always checking the clearance section at clothing stores.
Got to.
Always do that.
Yeah.
Always looking for a good deal. This is the number one thing on this list, and I just finished this today. Using every single last drop of all products, squeezing the life out of toothpaste tubes, and if it's lotion, cutting open the container to get the last bit.
Yep.
I do that with toothpaste. I do that with the hair gel. I do that with everything. Jamie, what do you got? What can you add to this list?
If we had to bring silverware or condiments to a family dinner, my dad would take his duffel bag to Taco Bell, McDonald's, Jack in the Box, and he would load up his duffel bag with all their supplies and walk out.
Yeah, they're not all created equal. I mean, like the napkins at Payway are the best napkins in the world. They always have been.
But now your dad is probably the reason now when you go to Taco Bell, they give it to you. They only give you a couple. Like you can't just back in the day, you used to have the little containers. You could just grab them. Now you can't. That's probably your dad's fault.
Yep. It's all his fault.
Thanks, Jamie.
Thank you.
Yeah, like my mom, we'd go to restaurants, and I remember she would take the sweet and low all the time. And then when she passed, I remember when we were cleaning out her apartment, like bags of sweet and low, bags and bags of sweet
She
and
was
low.
set.
Yeah, I was like, geez. Freddie, good morning. Freddie,
Yes, good morning.
what do you got to add to this list?
Man, I got the Yoplait yogurt containers.
What do you put in them?
Fridge. I put Fidel soup or salsa.
Nice, nice.
Mom's gonna send me away from her house without using a Yoplait yogurt container.
You better bring that back too. Watched out.
Also for me is like I've always had this thing with shoe boxes. I think that you can't throw them away. I feel like it could be used for something. And I'm just now starting to like get rid of our shoe boxes because there's nothing to put in there. You know, because I put all my, I have all these piles around the house, and then the piles end up in a shoe box, and the shoe box ends up in the garage, and I'm trying to clean everything out. But shoe boxes to me is something that are very, very important. We got all kinds of entertainment news to get to, by the way. Also, we got to pick our jackpot for JLo winner. So if you signed up for jackpot for JLo, be ready for a phone call. Miley Cyrus did some revealing stuff this weekend. Stuff on Chapel Roan, Sabrina Carpenter. So much more to get to. We'll get to that next. Johnjay Rich.
Don't drunk dial your ex. Drunk dial us. Call our Johnjay and Rich drunk dial line. 602-888-1933.
Jackpot to JLo. We asked you to make Kiss FM a preset, make Johnjay and Rich Afterwards a preset, and make Johnjay and Rich On Demand a preset on your free iHeartRadio app. Send us a screenshot, and then we're going to call you. And you could win a trip to see Jennifer Lopez in Las Vegas. We're going to call our winner right now.
Hello.
Is Diana there?
Yeah, this is me.
Hey, Diana, this is Johnjay and Rich at Kiss FM Radio.
Hi. Yes.
You submitted an entry for our Jackpot to JLo contest.
I did.
When did you do it?
I did it on Friday.
Well, you win.
I won.
You win.
Why don't you believe us?
Congrats. I literally just woke up to the call and I'm super excited. Oh my God.
Good, because we called you a couple times. We were about to move on to the next person, but you are the winner. You get to go. You get to see Jennifer Lopez in Las Vegas.
Oh my God. That is so exciting. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you get a pair of tickets to see JLo. You get a 2-night stay at the Flamingo Hotel and $100 gas card to get you there, Diana.
That is so exciting. Thank you so much.
It's a good way to start a Monday, right?
It is.
What do you
It
got?
is a very good way.
What do you got going on today?
Taking my son to his basketball camp.
Oh, where's his camp?
Mesa High.
Oh, right on. Is it a special coach or just a normal basketball camp?
It's for JV.
Oh, for school. Okay, cool. Very cool, Diana.
Yeah, for school, yeah.
Well, congratulations. Thanks for listening. Hold on the line. We're going to set you up with those tickets.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Let's get some entertainment news. Compe, what do you guys got?
So Miley Cyrus just released her album, Something Beautiful, and to promote it, she's doing all kinds of different things, including she went on this podcast. When she was on this podcast, she revealed she used to actually hide her drug purchases from her accountant and then shared how she did it.
The drugs were the biggest cost, which to hide those from my accountant, we called them vintage clothes. Thousands of dollars worth of vintage clothes And every time she saw me, she'd be like, where's that like $15,000 original John Lennon t-shirt that you bought? It's like, oh, it's upstairs.
Take care
so
of
I bought
it.
a lot of vintage clothes that year.
It's pretty wild how open she is about it right now. In the meantime, Diddy is headed into his 5th week in trial. Now, the second time in just 2 weeks, Diddy's lawyers are begging the judge for a mistrial again. They claim one woman's story that was shared in court that Diddy dangled her from a 17th floor window is totally false and that he was actually in New York City when it happened, not in LA where they claim it happened. If this motion works, the whole trial would have to start all the way over. So Diddy is facing life for sex trafficking and racketeering charges. Prosecutors will respond today.
So I don't know if you guys didn't see this. If you didn't, you might be living under a rock. But Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce were at Travis Kelce's cousin's wedding in Knoxville, Tennessee. And it was all over the place. It was so cute to see them just like living life. And honestly, good for that bride, because if you got to be able to say, I invited Taylor Swift to my wedding, like that is so cool.
Oh, you know, that was like the talk of the family. Like, so you invited Travis, right? Yeah. Do you think Taylor's coming with him? I mean, did he respond? +1, +1, +1?
Right.
And if that's like your friend, like you're in the wedding, I just like, how could you
Also-
not just like be watching them the whole night?
If you're the bride and you find out Taylor's coming to your wedding, you probably don't care that she's going to steal your thunder. You're
No.
probably
No.
like, Taylor,
No way.
wear a white dress.
Yeah, that's
dance
fine.
with the groom all night. I don't care.
She actually wore this like super cute blue floral dress. So if you haven't seen the pictures, check it out if you're looking for outfit inspo, because Harper's Bazaar hailed it as the perfect summer wedding guest style.
Yeah, I think it's so funny because, you know, it's like Taylor and Travis went to a wedding together. Now they're getting married.
I know.
But when you are dating someone and you go to a wedding with each other, like that's, I feel like all you talk about. Like in our wedding, let's do this, this, and this.
Yep.
This is really cute. We should do this at our wedding. You know what I mean? I can just only imagine their conversation the whole night. And if you're at the table with them, how are you not just eavesdropping the whole entire time, right? So there is like a music festival that's kind of like Coachella, but it's in Barcelona, Spain. It's actually called Primavera Sound. There were a lot. It's basically like Coachella, just very diverse groups of music. But Sabrina Carpenter and Chappell Roan were both there and got nostalgic in their sets. So Sabrina actually sang "It's Raining Men."
Absolutely soaking wet. It's raining men. Hallelujah, it's raining men.
She should release that. It's good.
I know. And Chappell Roan sang "Barracuda."
I'll take
Both
it.
of them nailed it. Like both of them. Like I feel like with those two singing those songs, they make them sound current. Like
They do. Tate McRae does that too. She like kills her covers.
I know. I'm
The
like,
three of
oh,
them.
release them all. Release them all, like you said, Reg. So Samuel L. Jackson, he basically narrated the Super Bowl halftime show, right, with Kendrick Lamar, and he was like in, you know, like a Uncle Sam costume and whatnot. He actually said it was kind of all news to him. He didn't really get that there was going to be a bigger message to the halftime show until dress rehearsals.
And it wasn't until dress rehearsal that when I looked up and I looked on that stage and I go, oh, that's a flag. Oh,
I'm in the civil rights movement again.
We're being revolutionary. You know, it's like, because I wasn't listening or paying attention.
He said there's been certain times in his life where he just feels like, you know, he's placed in the right position to help change culture, like be a culture changer. Now, I guess he was on the Dan Patrick Show, which is like a sports show last week, Baltimore Ravens running back Derrick Henry. And he was like sharing how big of an Adam Sandler fan he is. So he has Adam Sandler also watches Dan Patrick, has some sort of communication with Dan Patrick. Dan Patrick told him that. And so Adam Sandler shared literally did a video message to Derrick Henry. So what you'll hear is audio from Derrick Henry seeing this video from Adam Sandler for the first time. So you hear Adam's message and then you hear his reaction.
Yo, Derek, I just woke up. You know that. That's why I look disgusting, on top of the fact that I am disgusting. But I love you. 2,000 yards plus this year gets you not only in the movie, but we have a nice dinner together and talk about Dan Patrick's facial hair.
That's my dog, man. You gotta send me that, man.
I'll send that to you, Derek.
I appreciate that, man. Yeah, that's cool.
Have fun, right?
Hi, Shelby. What was your text?
the one about flossing, right?
Oh, the flossing text, you guys.
What's going on there?
Oh, yeah. Before you tell us, how do you floss? Like
water pick.
Peyton, do you floss? Water pick, Peyton, do you floss?
I floss when I remember to floss.
So when you do floss, how do you do it?
I use the little
Floss?
not the actual floss, the floss sticks.
Uh-huh.
And then I'll just jam maybe between my teeth, and then I think I go back and forth maybe 3 to 5 times.
What about you, Kyle?
Yeah, same.
When I floss, if I have the floss, I go in and I go underneath each tooth once, bump, 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 and I'm done. I floss in 5 seconds. What do you do, Shelby?
So this is one of those weird rules that I've made for myself. And every tooth, between each tooth, I have to go up and down 10 times on each side.
Whoa.
So 20 times total.
How long does that take?
Like a minute or two. It doesn't take very long, really.
Well, depending on the part of town you're in and how much teeth you have, how many teeth you have.
That's a good point of view.
Yeah, so do you have a lot of teeth?
I mean, I do have all my teeth except for my wisdom teeth, so...
How long does it take you? How long?
Like a minute or two. It doesn't really take that long.
Still a minute. It's like waiting for the microwave. It's something that can be done really quick.
Yeah.
You're kind of like, oh, God.
Well, a water pick, when you fill up the reservoir, is 2 minutes for the water pick to do your gums and stuff. And I think a delightful thing to do. Feels good.
Well, when I do it really fast. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's not like 1, 2, 3. You know what I mean? So it goes pretty fast.
Oh, the dentist must love you.
I was going to say, I bet your dental hygienist is a big fan.
Honestly, the reason I started doing it is because the dentist does not love me. I have horrible teeth. And so, about a year ago, I went to one dentist, and it was actually the hygienist. And she said something about, it takes about 8 times on each side to get everything out the way that you're supposed to. And so I took that to the next level and started doing it 10 times. And so I never get going up. And
That's
still not
good.
great, so.
Shelby's an overachiever.
All right, Shelby. Thank you so much for texting and sharing that with us.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you, guys. Love you.
Love you too. Bye. We need a contestant. We're going to play a game. 877-937-1047. The prize today, 4 tickets to the D-backs game June 15th at Chase Field. Treat Dad to a baseball game. Sunday, June 15th, the Diamondbacks face off against the San Diego Padres at Chase Field. The first 15,000 dads in attendance will receive a Father's Day polo shirt courtesy of Budweiser. Get your tickets now at dbacks.com. But we're going to give them to you today if you play our game and win. Since we're talking about sports, a couple things in the sports world. Last night, the NBA Finals, right? The Thunder won. That was a blowout. Tennis, the French Open. My wife is a huge tennis freak, and the French Open happened yesterday for men, and then Carlos Alcaraz won, and it was like a 5.5-hour match. It was like the longest match in the history of the French Open.
And he was down by a lot.
Yeah, it was one of those games where it was like the other dude was about to win, only had to make 1 point, and it went another 2 hours, and the other guy won. Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
Yeah, and Coco Gauff won the night before, the day before, which is awesome. I watched all this stuff because my wife watches it, but I thought this was really interesting. So, this Carlos Alcaraz, I'm going to make up a number here, but he won, let's say, $2 million, okay? And for this match, they played for 5.5 hours, just him. I was thinking about basketball players, how they make like $200 million in a year, and there's 5 of them. And if you're tired, they can sub you out.
Yeah.
Like in this tennis, you can't get subbed out.
Nope.
And they're playing for weeks.
Yeah.
Like that long of matches to get weeks to get to the point of yesterday where they win a couple million. It's like if you want to make money in sports, be a basketball player.
Yeah. Or get that guaranteed MLB money. That's the stuff right there.
Oh, yeah. Also, wasn't there also the Stanley Cup deal, too? The hockey thing? There was a lot. Yeah, what was that?
They're tied up. 1 game apiece. Goes back to Florida, I think, tomorrow, or tonight. One of the two.
And that Carlos Alcaraz guy, 22 years old. Like, he could be playing for another 15 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big comeback because I was hearing something like at some point the gambling odds were something like 50,000 to 1 that he would come back and win, and he did. So if you bet on him, then I think you did pretty well.
I was listening to it. I was driving back from Tucson yesterday.
Listening to tennis.
Yes, because Blake had it on her phone.
Okay.
She was in the passenger seat watching it on her phone, which is connected to the Bluetooth. So that's what I listened to. I wanted to listen to Kyle and Fish's Couples podcast, but I had to listen to oh, man, oh, no. He almost did it. He's at a match set. I don't understand tennis points at all. They seem so complicated. Anyway, you're playing for Diamondbacks tickets. Call us at 877-937-1047. Oh, we have a contestant. Hello, Shauna.
Yes, hey.
Hi, you are our contestant today. What game are we playing, Peyton?
We're playing Peyton's category, so we're going to go around the room. You guys got to go rapid fire. I'm going to give you a category. You got to tell me the first thing that comes off the top of your mind, and then we're in the running. Johnjay, you'll go first. Rich second. Kyle third, and then Shauna. Every time you hear Kyle's answer, you're up next.
Got it, Shauna? You got it?
I got it.
Okay, perfect. We're going to start on round one. The category is, Johnjay, celebrities that you think would survive the Hunger Games. Go.
Justin Bieber.
Chris Pratt.
Kanye West.
Kim Kardashian.
T-Pain.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Liam Hemsworth.
Mark Wahlberg.
Bear Grylls.
Ben Affleck.
Chris Hemsworth.
Shauna, you got one?
Taylor Swift.
Elon Musk.
Carrie Underwood.
I'm not buying that. Carrie Underwood ain't
What?
some
Why
guy
not?
out there.
I think somebody said Carrie Underwood.
I don't think anybody said Carrie Underwood, but I'm not buying that. She's
Why not?
surviving the Hunger Games.
She's charming.
I don't know. I just know Carrie Underwood has a lot of haters online, so I'm going with them in their vote. Sorry,
all right,
Richie.
Okay.
You watch your Jeep, you watch a pretty little four-wheel drive around her.
Yeah, exactly. She's coming with a key. Come on, she's got to have more than that. You feel me?
Get a bat, right?
Oh, was it a bat? She might survive. Who knows? Okay, Kyle, we're going to move on to you to round two. Shauna, you're after Kyle every time. We're going to start with you, Kyle. The category is red flags that you may have ignored because somebody was hot. Go.
They don't wash their hands.
They're a mama's boy.
Yellow teeth.
Bad hygiene all around. Smells bad.
Terrible driver.
Mouth breather.
Long neck.
Likes crappy music.
Hair in weird places.
Drinks Diet Pepsi.
Earwax.
Rude to the wait staff.
Ooh, that's a good one. I would say chooses gum weird.
Chooses gum weird.
You know, like
Blinks too much.
Missing a leg.
Only refers to their exes as psychopaths.
picks his nose.
Gets road rage a lot.
Fake eye.
Killed a guy once.
Has 2 phones.
Never cleans up after their shave.
Missing a left arm.
Weird looking toes.
No way.
Where's his sunglasses inside?
Doesn't replace the toilet paper roll.
Was it a fraternity?
Wears the wristwatch with the face like on the other side of their arm.
Never uses an umbrella.
Rearranges the dishwasher.
Bad relationship with his mom.
Brags about their Honda Civic.
Puts the toilet paper on the wrong way.
Doesn't floss.
Oh, he snaps his fingers and points.
Did I say likes crappy music already?
Yeah, you did. But it's okay, Richie.
Well, that's a double red flag.
I'm going to buzz you again. It's all right. As long as Shauna doesn't get out, I'm happy in this game, okay?
But you know what's funny? I'd like to take one of those that Rich threw out there and just throw it out if anyone's ever been in. Like, he was so hot, but he murdered someone, so you stayed with him.
That's a red flag.
Really
Like,
hot.
like I'm surprised Peyton to go, because I want to hear that person.
See, I don't know. I'm watching Ginny and Georgia, and Georgia's totally hot. And if you're on season 3, then you know
Something
she's
happened.
out here killing people.
Does the husband know?
You'll have to watch season 3.
Well, no, but
He
does it
may or
back
may
you
not
up?
Find
Because
out.
find out, but if he knows that she killed
I don't
someone.
want to spoil it.
Her heart was in the right place.
She did it to help.
No
Okay.
spoiler alert.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Last and final round. Shauna, you're doing good. Rich has negative 2 points. As long as you don't get out, you win this game, and you get to go see the Diamondbacks, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Starting with you again, Kyle. The category is things that you would steal from a celebrity's house. Go.
All their shoes.
The hydro jugs.
A glass.
A Grammy Award.
All their jewelry.
All of their cars.
Their socks.
If they have cool musical instruments like Prince.
All of their handbags.
Their husband.
Smart woman.
I don't know. It's on the top of my mind.
Their trash.
What are those toilets that washes your butt?
All of their skincare.
Anything that they have on their kitchen counter that looks great. Sweet.
Underwear.
Shoe game. All the shoes.
We got a shoe. Richard.
Are you after me?
3 for 3. You were out.
Oh, yeah.
You were out. You didn't get a seat. You got out every single round.
You were out.
Kyle
She said girl shoes. I was thinking of Nikes.
You know what? I think if we massage this game, just maybe think of something like next. I think when someone's out, what if they're out the next round,
You don't get to
and then it
play?
just gets smaller and smaller and smaller? Then it's just two people going back and forth.
That's not bad.
That makes it harder, too.
I
You have
know.
less time to think.
I know.
Do it next week, Peyton's categories. That'll be fun. But sorry, Rich, you lose. Shauna wins.
Yay! Good job, Shauna.
All right, Shauna, you get 4 tickets to D-backs game for Father's Day, June 15th. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, guys. Have a great day.
Hold on the line. Peyton, what'd you do this weekend?
I did a lot this weekend. I went to go see the Lilo and Stitch movie finally, and
How
then
was it?
also
How was it?
the movie was great. I cried and I laughed, and you guys know how when I was telling you we went opening weekend, how there was children just running all over the place and jumping on seats.
Yeah,
we didn't necessarily have that experience, but there was a super adorable high school couple right next to us that may have been worse than the children.
Oh, like get a room worse?
Oh my gosh, get a room, stop moving, stop talking, get off your phone.
You want to go make out at Lilo and Stitch?
I'm supposed to go see the movie today.
and
I hope I don't have that.
We went to a 9 p.m. showing. Like, I thought we were going to be in the clear, but I wanted to turn to them and I wanted to go so Karen on them. But then I was like, wait, I remember when I was like so cute and thought I was in love, so I'll let it be.
Yeah, like 5 months ago. It wasn't that long ago for you.
Did I tell you guys about, so like Easton had his end of the year football party and it was at a park, just like, local park. And there was a couple, probably a little high school couple, and they were sitting under one of the Ramadas. But like, so he was sitting down, she was sitting on top of him, facing him. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like their bodies are like mushed together and they're just like canoodling and it's like hot out. So we're like, there's got to be a moment where they take a break, right? No, they just sat there for like probably an hour straight, cuddling in the open, and we're like, get a room. And some of the boys on Easton's team went over there, and they're like chucking rocks at them. They're like, "Are you guys in love?" No kids.
I love a good little troll. But then we went to the Mercury game too, and we ended up in downtown Phoenix on like a Saturday night. And downtown Phoenix is such a vibe. Like, if you haven't gone out there and experienced it, like, it's so way low key than like an Old Town Scottsdale feel. Like, don't get me wrong, a club night's fun every now and then, but like downtown Phoenix, you can actually like go into a bar and find a table and sit down.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like, that's my kind of party.
It is a different kind of crowd downtown that I just love it.
They're very like urban down there, very like cool.
But Lilo and Stitch, give it a thumbs up. It was great.
It was a really good movie. I really enjoyed it. And everyone was like upset about the ending because they changed the ending. It's different than the actual like original movie. And I actually thought it was really sweet and like the right thing to do.
Oh, good.
So I don't know why people were hating on it.
Set up for a sequel?
I don't think so.
There's a movie I started watching on Amazon Prime, and it's The Accountant 2 with Ben Affleck. And I guess it's been almost 10 years since The Accountant 1. And I don't remember The Accountant 1, but I do remember leaving the theater thinking it was awesome. So there's no recap, which I think they got to start doing now in movies.
I know.
Because
I know.
like,
Well, and so much time has passed.
We're so used to it in TV shows to get the recap that there's no recap. So I'm watching The Accountant 2. My son Kemp was with me, and he's like, don't you remember this person? They were in whatever. And I'm like, I don't remember that. But I'm about half hour in, and I think it's really good. It's really good. Ben Affleck plays an accountant, and he just does people's paperwork for 2 hours. No, he carries people.
One.
No, he's like it's a really violent, exciting movie. We got your chance at tickets to the iHeartRadio Music Festival, plus $1,000 of spending cash on the line in less than 40 minutes. Kyle, what do you got coming up? 3 things you need to know.
Some people say they have found the real life block button. I'll tell you what that is next with Johnjay and Rich.
Coffee in hand, earbuds on Johnjay and Rich.
You're up.
Kyle, what do you got for 3 things we need to know?
Forget ghosting. Students are now using no contact orders to literally block people in real life. So what used to be for serious harassment cases is now popping up after fights, friendships gone bad, messy breakups, you name it. Some of them are even one-sided. Like, you can't talk to me, but I can still go wherever I want. Schools are kind of scrambling to enforce them because, let's be real, how do you stop 2 ex-roommates from bumping into each other in the cafeteria?
Right.
Not quite as easy as it sounds. But yeah, they're like real-life block button, but it's kind of abusing something that's really there for emergencies. So, Unexpected plot twist in the Ozempic weight loss journey. Some men are claiming that they have gained more than just confidence. A few saying things have grown in the nether regions. Not just because of fat loss. Doctors haven't confirmed anything yet, but between this and the whole Ozempic mouth situation, it is clear the drug is changing more than just waistlines.
No, you think it was hard to get before. Now watch.
I know. Okay, this was such a sweet story. It actually brought a tear to my eye. There's a story going viral because somebody who was walking along the beach found this message in a bottle. And when you find a message in the bottle on the beach, you open it up, right? When they opened it up, it was a note that read, "This is my mom. Throw her back in. She's traveling the world." It turns out a 24-year-old named Cara Malia tossed the bottle into the ocean with her late mom's ashes because her mom always wanted to travel the world.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I was like, oh, okay, she would have liked that. She would have definitely liked that.
What if Malia was a scientist and shrunk her mom and put her in the bottle?
I mean,
threw her mom there. Help me!
Set me free!
Get me out of here!
And that's 3 things you need to know.
Pack up because Chevy SUVs have the capability to take you to some incredible places, like an adventure in the middle of... In the Equinox Active, an SUV that will help you get away with confidence. Or head off for a night in Chevy Traverse, with all the tech you need to stay connected. While the undeniable value of Chevy Trax will keep you moving from here to over here to way over here. Get to all the places you want to be with Chevy SUVs. Click to learn more. See your San Diego County Chevy dealer.
Your pathway to your purpose is at Alliant International University.
Now enrolling for the School of Psychology Master's Program in Couples and Family Therapy. Elevate your career with hands-on instruction from working professionals and gain experience in treating and guiding individuals and families regardless of circumstance to navigate challenging times in healthy ways. Are you ready for a new challenge? Find out more about this online and co-amped accredited program at alliant.edu.
Looking for straight talk about your money? I'm Brent Wilsey, president of Wilsey Asset Management.
And I'm Chase Wilsey, vice president. Each week, we break down complex investment topics into simple, actionable strategies.
From retirement planning to market analysis, get the expert guidance you need to secure your financial future.
Get educated on companies to look out for and the financial pitfalls to avoid.
Subscribe now to Smart Investing with Brent and Chase Wilsey at smartinvesting2000.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
Ah, that's the sweet sound of saving money when you shop at the Navy Exchange. Why, you might ask? Because if you find a better advertised price, first we'll be surprised, and then we'll match it. Thanks to our everyday low prices, military exclusive pricing, no sales tax, and price match guarantee, you'll always get the best bang for your buck. That's the value of NEX. Open to authorized military and civilian patrons only.